Yo, 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 welcome to the SCE, the SoCal Experience, aka your boy Eric with another live, man. Um, I know Stu is online, on live, so I know majority is over there. I should have started it at 2. I didn't know somebody was gonna go live, but today is about free agency. I have a whole pretty much thing set up of the free agents, but I'm gonna let more people trickle in. But for now, we're gonna talk about some Raider news that have happened today and the past few days, right? Um, Starting off with the D-back coach, right? I believe it's Chris Richard, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that. I believe it's Chris Richard, right? Let me see. Raider news. Let's talk about some Raider news while we let other people trickle in. I don't know if Stu is gonna end anytime soon, but I'm watching both. Always supporting. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I'm just trying to. For now, we're just gonna talk about Raider news, and then I'll get started on the free agency once people trickle in. Um, so some of the things right here, as you can see, is Patrick Graham. Of course, we already know Patrick Graham. Joe Judge. I heard he had an interview today. I don't know if that's 100% correct, but I heard he had a interview today, and I wouldn't mind it, right? I wouldn't mind him coming to the Raiders for special teams because, in my opinion, Joe Judge is not a head coach. In my opinion, he's not a head coach. He's a he's a coordinator, and I don't even think he's an offensive coordinator at that either. So I like that we're gonna bring him in for special teams because I didn't necessarily like him as the offensive play caller or as a head coach. So I'm glad for special teams. I don't really care about I do care about special teams, but I don't really care about Joe Judge being it because I have more confidence in him being a special teams than I have what's it called? Have him as a head coach or something, right? Dominic Five says, "What's up, Eric? It is confirmed we hired Judge. I don't think it's confirmed, but I know it's not confirmed. But I could tell you one thing: it most likely is going to end up happening, in my opinion. I'm watching both, always supporting. Shout out to you, Brett. Shout out to John Raider. Well, shout out to Thomas. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to Dominic, man. No, but I think it's gonna most likely happen. So thinking about it now, right? Some other news that broke down was, I don't know if it's gonna pop up here. Where is it? It was Chris Richard. Oh, Chris Ash. My bad. I thought it was Chris Richard. My bad. Chris Ash becomes the new defensive back coach for the Raiders. I don't necessarily know what he brings to the table. I know he coached in college. I know that he came from, I believe, Ohio, if I'm not mistaken, and a Jaguar. So I don't know. I didn't think he was gonna be the deep back coach. I thought it was gonna be somebody else. Hey, shout out to you, Cool Kev. What's up, man? Yeah. Now we need as an offensive coordinator linebacker. I think regardless of what OC we bring in, I think Josh McDaniels will be the main play caller, in my opinion. As far as I want to say linebacker coach, it could. I mean, I would love Gerard Mayo to become the linebacker coach, right? Ricky Diaz says, "How old are you?" I am 20, man. I am 20. Um, so yeah. So as far as OC and linebacker, I would love. Um, for OC, it doesn't really matter. Like I said, Josh McDaniels gonna make the play call. And as far as linebacker, Gerard Mayo will be most likely the guy. I mean, hopefully. I don't know who they would go opposite, but what this what this offseason has shown me that if I look one way, it's gonna be another way, regardless of the thing. If I look one way, it's gonna be another way. It's always I always put my eggs in one basket with these coordinators and head coach, and then it ends up being something else. I was a Jim Harbaugh guy, Pep Hamilton guy, Vic Fangio guy. What happened? Josh McDaniels. I was a Lewis Reddick. I was maybe bring a Charles Woodson or something like that, something like that. Boom, Dave Ziegler. And then we get a assistant GM, and we haven't had one in a while in Champ Kelly, which thrown me off. And then the defensive coordinator, I thought it was gonna be like Brian Flores. I thought it was gonna be someone. else, like maybe a uh a Vic Fangio, maybe a Gerard Mayo, and then boom, we went Josh McDaniels route. I mean, not Josh McDaniels, Patrick Graham route. So I could predict right now who would the linebacker OC coach, but if I were to do one prediction, it would be linebacker Gerard Mayo. But who knows what happens there, right? Miles joins Gus, also our old linebacker coach. Good luck. They went. Wouldn't doubt it. I mean, they're like this, right? Chris Ash puts DBs 2 feet in front of wide receiver, no more than 10 feet back. So we need. So this is good because I did set up. Like I said, I'm gonna let a little more people trickle in, but I have a whole, setup. I have a whole setup. Let me I have a whole setup of a bunch of free agents I would want, and their strengths and their pros and cons, and the money they would most likely get, and their previous season stats and their previous teams, and yeah, and their age, and what position they do. So yeah, so that's up next. I'm gonna wait a little, like I said, I'm gonna let people trickle in. So that's pretty much for Raider news, right? Another news about Vegas, Alvin Kamara. I know it's not Raider news, but it was happens in Vegas. Kamara got arrested. Arrested for, I think, assault. I know he fought somebody at a club at like 5 in the morning. So I don't know what happened there, but I don't blame Vegas. I'm not gonna blame Vegas because it's not Vegas, man. At the end of the day, you're professionals. You need to keep it professional. But if there was an altercation where Camaro was getting talked that shit talked, then I understand why he beat his ass, pretty much. So I don't know the full context, so I'm not gonna really speak on it. But I just want to give that news because it was in Vegas. He fought me, Prez. um, but yeah, so um I don't think there's any other news besides that. The Camaro resting, Chris Ash. I mean, Max Crosby. Shout out to Max Crosby for being the MVP. Um, he was the MVP of the Pro Bowl. I know it doesn't matter, and nobody really tried, but, but, I love what he said in the press conference. I mean, in the post game interview, they asked him, "You were trying way more than others in the beginning. Why was that?" Which is a dumb question because it's like, come on, bro, it's a game. You got to try. I don't know why people don't try, but I guess injury, but come on now. Um, Max Crosby said he's gonna play to his best of his ability. What he means is that every time he steps on the field, he's gonna give it his all, which I respect so goddamn much. Kamara handled his candle. Hey, hell yeah. I mean, shit. If somebody's shit talking me and there's a bunch of people intoxicated, what do you think is gonna happen? Like I don't get that. I just wish that his friends like around him kind of did it for him, so he wouldn't even be to trouble. Because at the end of the day, he's a great running back. Saints are going through a lot. I don't know what the hell is going on with the Saints, but I mean they got some notable free agents that I'll talk about later. But Chris Ash puts the back. Oh yeah, I read that. I pulled his nose ring. Press. Any other news? Let me think. Any other news? Any other news? Any other news? Another interview with Max Crosby about Josh McDaniels. I don't think I talked about it in my last live. Josh McDaniels apparently called Max Crosby and told him not to worry about a 3-4, not to worry about 4-3, don't worry about the media, to know that he's going to use him at the best of ability. That shows me that any free agent that comes in, any NFL draft prospect, anybody is going to come in and be utilized to their strengths, not their weaknesses. And that's what I love about this defensive coordinator that I got to know about. Shout out to Desert Raider, Twan. Oh no, that's not Twan. High Rise, my bad. Shout out to High Rise, Desert, Curtis, Prez, Jaw Raider, um, Kev, Ricky, Dominic, Brian, Thomas. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to Renfro. Oh yeah, that's another one. Thank you for reminding me. Renfro. I mean, people could say that people didn't try, bro. Slay looked like he tried, right? So where Darius Slay was, they were this close, and he did a Michael Jackson move. You know the Michael Jackson move where he's leaning. That was Renfro is a dog, man. Renfro is a dog, and I want him forever to be a Raider, man, as long as we can. Any other Raider news? Let me think. Pro Bowl, Super Bowl's coming up. I can't think of another Raider news. I think that's about it. I haven't heard any OC. Let's see some OC news. Let's see if there's any OC news. Okay, there is some news. Did you see Perriman get mossed? Yeah, Perriman did get mossed. I didn't enjoy that one. But 7-year deal for Renfro. I'll be down. Did you get Perriman get mossed? That was disgusting. But there is some news. Wow. Browns tight end coach to interview for OC job with the Raiders. This was 2 days ago. I didn't even know about this. I mean, I heard about it, but I didn't fully go into it. I don't know too much about Drew Pertzing. That's how you say that, Drew Petzing. But what I do know is that they got a free agent over there in the name of Njoku. That if this tight ends coach comes over here, Njoku has a possibility of coming over here on a cheap deal, and then it would be Foster Moreau, Darren Waller, and Njoku. That would be a solid three, right? If the tight ends end up giving up their, the tight end coach and OC role. But at the end of the day, it's gonna most likely be Josh McDaniels with the play calling, right? So I'm trying to think of other Raider news. I think I touched up upon the news in Vegas, the Pro Bowl, the defensive back hiring, the OC interview, the special teams interview. I can't think of anything else. I'm trying to think. Anybody in the comments know any other? I don't think there's another Raider news. The Senior Bowl path. There's some notable people, but that'll be my next Raider live where I'm gonna talk about the mock draft. I'm gonna do a mock draft, and I'm gonna talk about the top draft prospects that we could draft. We will be shocked if we bring Gronk. He is close to Josh McDaniels, and Tom Brady is retiring, so that's a possibility that Gronk comes. Would I like Gronk? Not necessarily, but I mean, who knows with the ties? Every time somebody has ties, and they're close, they end up bringing them. So, and Gus Bradley brought his boys. So now with Patrick Graham, he's gonna bring his boys from the Packers, from the Giants. Josh McDaniels is gonna bring his boys from the Patriots. But yeah, so I don't know any other news. I think that's about it, right? Gronk, the tight end, OC, the defense coordinator, the defensive back coach, the Pro Bowl, what happened in Vegas. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait 5 more minutes and then we'll get started with the free agency side of it, where I have a whole presentation pretty much down. I'll take OJ Howard. OJ Howard's another one. I think these guys like Njoku and OJ Howard and other things are probably better than Derek Carrier, in my opinion. I really do feel like it. So let's go Raiders. Shout out to Curtis. What up, man? What up? Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. I know we don't got that many viewers right now. People are at work. I should have started it at 2 o'clock my time, which was in 4 minutes. But yeah, I started a little earlier because that's where I had it set up. But yeah, Gallup. Today, I have free agents that are defensive side of the ball. If you guys want me to make a free agency presentation about the offensive side of the ball and free agency, I could mix that up with the draft, so I could have a lot to talk to. We can't pay another tight end until we get Waller a new deal. I don't know. Here's the thing: I don't know Waller, right? Waller's body language showed me otherwise, and I think he was going through something. I think he was in his own head, realizing it now. I know I talked out of emotion in the mid-season and towards the end of the season, where I was like, "Dang, I want him gone," and that was just out of emotion. As far as Waller, I don't know, man. He needs a ball out this year if I'm gonna give him an extension. To be honest, I don't want a guy that is not fully there on the field. I know he's a human being at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, we need everybody and their heads straight for the game. For every football game, we go out there and win. We went through so many distractions already, and we can't afford more, right? So I would give him an extension if he plays well this year. Is he gonna play well? I hope so. I hope he's doing better. I hope he takes this off season as a, a mental break to get better and to come back healthier, stronger than ever, and be a top 3 tight end that we know he could be, right? So, I mean, you could get Njoku for a cheap deal. I don't think you have to pay Njoku way too much. Maybe the OJ Howard won't be that expensive. I think Gronk will be on a veteran minimum. Yeah, you won't pay too much the tight end position. I think it just depends how you budget your money. If you budget your money, then you should be able to get a lot of guys. Look, kind of like the Patriots, where the Patriots saved up, saved up, saved up, and then you spent every single one. And that's why I love Ziegler, because Ziegler is a spender. Raider news: we carrying 8.5 million in dead cap for Arnett and Ruggs, which means we could use that in free cap to get more money. That's not bad. That is not bad. But yeah, so I think you could get them on a cheap deal. I don't think necessarily you need to pay a lot, right? So yeah, shout out to the people that are joining me. Yeah, I'm waiting a little bit more, 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna start the free agency segment that this is all about. But right now, I'm just talking through Raider news, just seeing what we can bring, But yeah, so let's see. Let's see any of the Raider news. Patrick Graham said of OC, blah blah blah. Mac Jones shares reaction to Patriots Josh McDaniels. Lincoln Kenny said, I like to see the Raiders got a new offensive coordinator, pretty much. Yeah, I think that's all the news for there. I think it's time to start the free agency thing. Let me share my screen. Real quick. Make sure to share out this live, please, man. Let me. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it on. So I have a list of free agents. What's up, Stormtrooper? Hey, if you guys can, man, please let everybody know I'm live. Bring more viewers in so they could see my free agency list. So they could stay tuned and see and check it out. So shout out to the people that are joining me. I appreciate it. We're about to talk about Raiders free agency. All the people I listed, there's some different than before, and there's some same that I said previously. This is the more in-depth free agency look. Last time I just gave you a quick breakdown. Now it's a full-blown, pros and cons and stuff like that. I have about 20 free agents here on the defensive side of the ball. So yeah, what's good? What's up, Stormtrooper? What did y'all already say? Josh McDaniels will be at the combine with GM. If that's true, whoa, like to speak with the players. I'll enjoy that. So, should we get started, man? I know I only have 12 people in here. Usually I have more, but Stu is on. Stu is live, which is surprising because he's usually live at late at night. I don't know if any other Raider content creators live, but if you guys can, man, share out the stream. Make sure more people pull in that usually pull in. It'll be much appreciated. I'm just trying to check if I'm missing anything before we get straight into it. Give me 1 minute. Let's check it out. But yeah, shout out to the 13 people in here, man. If you guys can, go let everybody know that I'm live so we could get more people in here for this segment right here. And I'm trying something new, right? I'm trying a presentation like it's school. Just let me know if you guys enjoy things like this. Enjoy this new type of thing I'm gonna start doing, right? Where I go over Raider news in the beginning, and then I have a pretty much a presentation practically, and to help me help me express how I feel about certain free agents. But yeah, I got 20 free agents set up. We'll probably talk about 5 minutes for each, which will probably get us to the 2-hour mark, hopefully. But yeah, so let me I just need a favor from everybody in the chat right now. I'm gonna put it full screen. The Raiders, this presentation. I'm gonna put it full screen. Let me know if you can still hear me when I do that. Let me know. Let me how does it look, y'all? Does it look fine? Does it look fine? Does it look good? Can you guys still see me and stuff? Can everybody still see me? I don't know if you guys could see me. Audio's good? For sure, for sure. I'm looking at you guys from the comment section right now. I want two O-line, one wide receiver. Sign out. Two file line as Solomon signs Casey Hayward, but probably he might leave us. Yep, for sure. Let me know if you like this right? This the way I'm setting it up now. I hope you guys can, because then I will do one for the NFL draft, some prospects. I'll do some for the offensive side of the ball, free agency, and I'll combine those two for the next live. Just say yes or at the end of the stream when I close it off, just let me know if you guys enjoy this, right? So let's get straight to it. Let's get straight into it, right? Raiders free agency. First one on my list. I've talked about him before. Defensive tackle / nose tackle, more than necessarily a D tackle, and I'll get to that. He's 27. Larry Ajanobi. Hopefully I said that right? He is off of the Cincinnati Bengals, also played for the Browns. He had 16 games played previous season, 66.3% of the snaps, 49 tackles, 29 solo, and 7 sacks. He's 6'3" with 305 pounds, so he's got decent size. Some of his pros, like I put down here, quick off the line, shoot the gaps. He's good at shooting the gaps. He's got that defensive IQ. His technique is best at 3, so he's best at the 3 technique, and he can also play the 1 technique. As far as DT, not as far as cons, because I also put the cons, right? DT, not NT, where in my opinion, he's more of a defensive tackle. So if we don't bring back people like, Phylon or Solomon, he could fill that void on the defensive tackle role, not necessarily the nose tackle role yet. I wouldn't do the nose tackle yet. What up, good Philly Sports Talk podcast, man? What up? I'm just going through free agents right now, starting with the first one here. So my price range for him is 3 to 7. Y'all see it on the bottom right there. 3 to 7. So we could get him for 3 mil, anywhere to 7 mil. Yeah, he can replace Hankins at most. I think he's a little bit better than Hankins in my opinion. I like how he gets to the quarterback, man. He had 7 sacks as a D tackle. You put him next to a nose tackle, it would be great right there. But yeah, so my price range for him is anywhere from 3 to 7 mil. 3 to 7 mil. I think you could get him for, I want to say 4.5, 4. Something like that, because with no taxes, it helps us out. I think with no taxes, it really helps us out, that no taxes thing. And we got top 15 cap space, and Ziegler knows how to maneuver around, free agency and maneuver around when he's spending money, right? So, yeah. So this is the first person on my list right here, D tackle. I know I put D tackle, nose tackle on top, but his cons is he's more a D tackle than a nose tackle, and he's a rotational piece. That's another one I did not get to mention. He's a rotational piece. So you cannot have him start practically 80% of the snaps. You can't. If you put him at 80% of the snaps, he's going to gas out. So, yes, if you're joining me right now, the 18 people in chat, man, shout out to y'all. Just like Philly Sports Talk said there, I hope you guys like the new format that I'm doing, just to give you a more better idea, so you guys could hear me talk about them and look at it at the same time, give you a better understanding of all these free agents I would want. This isn't my opinion, right? I know I talked about this guy before, but I wanted to get more in depth to show you the pros and cons of this guy, and see if you guys like him, right? Every time I go over a guy, just let me know if you would like him, what you feel about him. If you disagree, that's full-blown understandable, and I love when people disagree, because then we see different perspectives. But yeah, so price range 3 to 7 mil. You see the everything right there on the board. Moving on to the next one here. This guy's a big body veteran. A lot of people know him. He played for the Jets, Seattle, Minnesota. I don't know why I put a question mark there. Seattle, Cleveland, Sheldon Richardson. 17 games played last season, 57% of the snaps, 39 tackles, 24 solo, 2.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. He still got it. His pros, let me talk about his size. 6'3", 290 pounds. As far as pros goes, he's a pass rushing star, man. He could get to the quarterback easily. He could get to the quarterback easily. He still got the tank. He's still got a tank in him. You know, he got a motor. He's very versatile. You could push him on defensive end sometimes to D tackle. So it's cool that a guy like him still is able to be versatile like that. He's best at the three technique, of course, and his cons, of course, like the last one, more necessarily a D tackle slash defensive end. Then he is a nose tackle. And he's a rotational piece. He's a veteran that you can have in the locker room to help out the young bucks, and yeah, uh, rotational piece, of course. So you could rotate him with other things, and I think we're gonna do that either way with anybody that comes in, unless we get a big, body, amazing D tackle slash nose tackle where he could play practically 80% of the snaps, which is very rare. His price range, I would say a 1 year prove it deal to see what he still got. At the age of 31, you start to realize, can he still keep going, right? So price range is anywhere from 1 year, 3 to 5 mil, maybe even cheaper. Veteran minimum, maybe. So yeah, like I said, this is just a list of people that I've seen on the market. We don't necessarily have to go for them, but they're people that caught my eye that could work in the system, regardless of who we bring. And they're like budget beasts. They can help you, when you're maneuvering around contracts. So shout out to the 21 people, man. I hope you guys like the new format. I'm gonna keep repeating this. I'm doing this new format where it shows you a visual, and also I'm talking about them. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. The next one on my list is Jaren Reed. Jaren Reed right here, played for Seattle and KC. So he's a 29-year-old off of Seattle. Recently played in KC though. 17 games played, 64% of the snaps, 43 tackles, 23 solo, 2.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. He's 6'3", 306 pounds. Some of his pros is his technique is, of course, best at 3. He's very versatile. Run defender as well. He could, go against the run. His pass rushing ability is not amazing, but it is decent, just enough to get to the quarterback. And he also is a run defender, so he could do both, which is great to have in a D tackle. Great. So, like I cons again, D tackle, defensive end, because I know a lot of people would rather have nose tackle, which I do have 2 nose tackles later on when we get to there. D tackle and defensive end, which I don't mind. A guy like Jaren Reed is probably on the top of the list when it comes to players I want. He still got a lot. He's 29, like I said. He will be 30 entering the next season. And he's a great. Like I said, one of the cons is rotational, but that's not really a con. I don't know why I put that as a con, but he's a great rotational piece with energy. And his price range for me would be anywhere from 4 to 6, maybe 4 to 8, but I would go 4 to 6, maybe 3 or 6. I'm also reading your comments from my phone, so if you see me glance this way, my phone's right there. Yes, Tassi, I agree, man. Jaren Reed would be a great rotational piece, man, and that's why I have him on my list. Like I said, look, he played 60% of the snaps, which is not that bad. And he played all games pretty much, so he never got that injured. We love people that are not injury prone. We love guys that are not injury prone. Maybe for a 4 mil on a prove it deal, yeah, 4 to 6. That's why I said 4 to 6, depending on what deal you give him, right? If you give him a 2-year deal, you would go for anything from like 2 years, 11.5, then it would be 5.5 each, or 1.6 or 1.5.5, or you could even do a 1 year 3.2 mil, 3.2 mil. You could even go down as far as 3 because of the, how do I say it? Because of the no taxes in Vegas. So yeah, that's my piece around Jaren Reed there. Great guy, man. Like I said, he could do both pass rush and run defender. And I think that's what I look at when I see a defensive lineman. I love a guy that could play both. So we don't have to worry about, hey, you're only good for this. You're only good for this. So we're only going to put you on this and this. And I know with Patrick Graham's scheme, regardless of it, it's different schemes. So of course he's going to work either way. But at the same time, you got to realize that if you get a guy that could do both, it gives you a more open area in your mind to do more stuff, right? And you don't have to get so many players to cover different spots, right? When somebody could do both, he would have to be an insensitive contract. Yeah, something like get 5 sacks and get 200,000. Something like that. 200,000, um, for 5 sacks or something like that. I think he had a incentive deal. I'm not sure if he did. But yeah, he's another notable guy that I could, we could bring out here, right? Sorry. So yeah, going on to the next one here. BJ Hill. BJ Hill, D tackle slash nose tackle, 26 years old, from the New York Giants and played for Cincy. He recently played for Cincy, I believe. And, he's got ties to the Giants or Patrick Graham, you know. He played as a nose tackle usually for the Giants. He had 16 games played, 46% of the snaps, 50 tackles, 29 solo tackles, and 5.5 sacks. Some of his pros, he has a lot of pros more than cons. I don't know why I keep putting in rotational, so just ignore that. I wasn't thinking. So, rotation is not always a bad thing. As far as pass rush, that's a pro for him. He could get to the quarterback, as you can see, for 5.5 sacks as a nose tackle or slash D tackle. His size, he's 6'3", 310 pounds, so he's got the body to play that position. He's very, very versatile. What I mean is he could play a D tackle, nose tackle, so he could go either or. Hey, that's my guy. He never stops getting to the quarterback and running back. Yeah, that's what I like about him, man. He's very versatile. He has the size and he's great at pass rush, and also he's good at run defending too, man. His technique is 3-0. Where necessarily, if you guys usually know what 3 technique is, but for 0 technique is lining up in front of the center. So you're practically the nose tackle. For 3, you're in between the guard, the shoulder of the guard, I believe, for the 3 technique. So he could play either the 3 technique or 0, which meaning D tackle, nose tackle in that sense. I love this guy, man. 47 range for me. I would sign up for a 47 range right here, as far as million goes. He's a great player, man. And I could already see in the comments you guys will sign him. I'm all for BJ Hill, man. BJ Hill is a great piece that we could have on that forefront. Help Max Crosby, help Yannick, help Cleveland. Help all these defensive ends that we're gonna bring in, right? And sometimes we might even use a outside linebacker, which we will get to. An offensive linebacker that could pass rush with Max Crosby. Whoa, bro, come on now. And then you get BJ Hill and maybe get like the first person I talked about, Ajanobi, or something like that, right? So, what a bird gang, what a bird gang, man. What's up, man? What's up, my guy? How are you, man? I hope you're doing good. Enjoy watching your lives, man. Much support, much respect, man. We might as well sign him to a 3 to 4 of these guys instead of trading or spending money on a star DT. Hey, if you've seen, I bashed on Gus Bradley, and a lot of people have too. But when you look at it, the way he utilized the defensive tackle role and the way he utilized the defensive end, he did a lot of how do I say it? He did a lot of rotations. And that's beautiful because when you do rotations, you have a fresh legs, fresh motor, ready to go on the next snap. And that's why we should sign a bunch of these guys because they don't cost too much, and especially no taxes. No taxes in Vegas. And what makes this even better is that they're not big names, bro. It feels like an Aaron Donald on the market. That's a big name, right? I don't want to compare it to Aaron Donald, but you get me when I say big names. BJ Hill and all these players that I'm talking about don't really have a big name besides Sheldon Richardson, which Sheldon Richardson has had a big name. Maybe they're big names in the Raider community, but I'm talking about overall, right? Not many people talk about them because of the teams they play for, or maybe they're overshadowed by other things. And they're great players to come in and leave a mark on the Raiders, man. I really think BJ Hill's the guy. We will still need to, yes, of course, we still need to draft a D tackle. I'm all for it, a D tackle / nose tackle. So then when we bring a guy like BJ Hill, we bring a guy like Sheldon Richardson, we bring a guy like Ajanobi, no matter who we bring, they're going to be veterans to the rookies. So they're going to help them even elevate even more than what they got. And what I love about Patrick Graham is he's going to use these rookies. Every rookie has his pros and cons, no matter if you're going number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, regardless, right? He's going to look at your he's going to look at your pros and be like, I want to use you like that because that's your pro. So let's just say there's a D tackle coming out of the draft that knows how to get to the quarterback, but doesn't necessarily know how to run defend. Then boom, he's gonna utilize you. Hey, I'll probably utilize you on third and fourth downs. Third and fourth downs where it's necessarily gonna be a pass most likely, or maybe when I know it's gonna be a pass, I'm gonna put you out there. Stuff like that, right? So that's what I like about Patrick Graham. I'll take the UConn DT in the second round. Hey, I'm saying, man, I'm gonna have another live where I go over the NFL prospects, and I'm gonna have a setup just like this. If you guys enjoy the setup right here, but yeah, BJ Hill is another one that I enjoy watching, and I love that he could play the three technique as zero, where he could be the nose tackle, D tackle for us, man. He's got the body for it. He's got the range. Like I said, pass rush is great. Can defend the run. It has the size, and he's gonna be a rotational piece at the end of the day. So great to have a motor in him. Moving on. We all know him. We all know this guy. That's why I didn't really put pros and cons because we all know what his pros and cons are. Defensive tackle slash nose tackle, 28-year-old. Oh wait, before he's 26. BJ Hill's 26, so he's still got a lot of potential. He played for Seattle, played for Vegas recently. Quentin Jefferson. I'm gonna talk briefly about this guy. I put him because I would want him back. 17 games played, 59.2% of the snaps, 47 tackles, 17 solo, 4.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. He's 6'4", 291 pounds, and I'll bring him back if the price is right at 2 to 5 mil. I would not bring him back if he's like 8, 9 mil. If he asks for more, hell no. I would re-sign Quentin Jefferson. Another guy I didn't necessarily. I'll talk about him. I'll talk about him right now because I'm talking about the Raiders, right? Another guy that I didn't put on my presentation has been Phylon. I would bring back Phylon because he's a cheap deal and we know what we could get from him because he's been playing phenomenal at the end of the season. Sadly, he got injured, but hopefully speedy recovery to you, Phylon. I want to see you back, man, in the silver and black. Hopefully he could get healthy. He's a great player, man. He was undrafted, and I would re-sign Phylon. I would re-sign Quentin Jefferson. I think I would let go Jonathan Hankins. I think we could all agree. I think it's time to let go of Jonathan Hankins. Can we all agree? Jonathan Hankins got to go. Can we agree on that, or does somebody feel otherwise? But yeah, Phylon. Yes. Yep, Phylon. Phylon is probably going to go to Indy with Bradley. Hopefully not, man. I would love him back in the silver or black. But if that's the case, then wish the best for him because I don't have nothing against Phylon because he was playing really good for us, man. And I just hope that if he wants to stay with the Raiders, I'm all for it. All for it. I think Jefferson and Phylon will follow Gus. I hope not. I hope not. I would love to resign these guys, man. It's sad that when a defensive coordinator leaves, everybody leaves. It's usually what happens, right? It's usually what happens. But yeah, Hankins got to go. I think we're all tired of well, not tired of Hankins, but I just think that it's time to let him go. I wish the best for Hankins, no matter where he goes, because Hankins never did us wrong, in a sense where he was like screw Raiders. He always played hard. I mean, he gave it all he got. Got to respect the guy, but it's time to let him go. Move Brandon Parker to DT. He would get demolished by the O-line. But yeah, this is a guy that I would resign as well as Phylon, which I didn't put Phylon, like I said, but I would resign Phylon if he's available and if he doesn't want to go with Gus and he wants to play with the new regime. Hopefully he wants to play with the new regime because the regime is looking nice, right? So, like I said previously, guys, make sure you go, hopefully you let other people know that I'm live so they could join us while we talk about these free agents, man. The more the merrier. Please, you already know my slogan. Stack them up, man. Stack them up. Stack up those like buttons. Let's go. Stack up them Lunchables as well. You already know my slogan. Love your content. Wish I had you on my network. Need a Raider star. Dang. I appreciate it, Bird Gang, man. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, sadly, I got taken off the market. I was a free agent, and I'm on Spotlight Sports Network, as you know. But much love to you, Bird Gang. You're doing amazing things over there with your network, man. I checked them out. I checked out your network. I checked out your content, man. You see me in the chat all the time. Great interview with the recent one with the Packers as well, the Packers content creator. You're doing a great job over there with your network, man. I'm gonna keep supporting you, man. I'm gonna keep supporting you. You're doing amazing things over there, man. But yeah, so let me go to these comments real quick. The part why Phylon and Jefferson stays is because of Patrick Graham will make these guys paid high money in the future. Yeah, I mean, if I was a free agent, right, a Parker to equipment manager. um, but yeah, I think that I lost my train of thought because I was laughing at that. um, yeah, I think if I'm a free agent, right, a D tackle or something, I would look at this team, right. I would be like this, right. I would be like, let me think. Patrick Graham will use me to the best of my ability, so I will only elevate my game. The regime coming in, Ziegler is all for winning. Josh McDaniels is going to be a great coach. This Raider organization is showing me that they want to win and they're going a different route. If I want to revive my career, which I'm going to talk about some people that could revive their careers with us, they would be like, maybe the Raiders ain't bad. I get like some of these Gus Bradley boys might be like, new regime. It looks better. I would love to go with Gus Bradley, but if the Raiders are going to give me a good deal enough for me to stay and for me to elevate my game more than what I would do with the Colts and Gus Bradley, I think I could do it, right? I think that all falls on what's his name, Patrick Graham and Josh McDaniels and Ziegler, how they talk to people, right? What I love about the reports, which I don't know if it's true, but it's been a lot of reports, so I'm guessing it is by sources, where Ziegler, not Ziegler, Josh McDaniels is calling all these players. The moment he signed, he started making calls to a lot of players, Derek Carr, Max Crosby, Renfro. He started talking to a lot of players, which makes me to believe that he's really telling them to buy in. He's telling them, hey, buy into our system and trust me, we are going to win. And I love that, man. And I really, 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 really hope that he at least has the ability to convince some of these Gus Bradley boys that we want to keep to stay and maybe to in the free agency market to convince players, right? What I like about our assistant GM, he used to be a scout. Roquan Smith, Robert Quinn, all these great players that the Chicago has signed on the defense side of the ball, he's done. And he knows how to talk at free agency. So now we not only got a Ziegler that knows how to maneuver around contracts, deal with contracts, talk to players, and convince players. We got another guy that convinces players, helps people buy into the system. Give me 1 second. I got a Chick-fil-A. You feel me? I want Chick-fil-A to sponsor me, bro. But yeah, that's for another time. But yeah, so Quentin Jefferson, another one. Moving on. I don't know why it looks like that. Why did it? Hold it. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. There you go. Austin Johnson, right here. Austin Johnson, another guy I want to bring in. I think for sure I want to bring him in. Let me know if you guys could still hear me. Could you guys still hear me? Hopefully I didn't mess anything up. Can you guys still hear me? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna continue once I see it in the chat, yes or no. I'm just waiting to see if you guys could hear me. Can you guys hear me? I heard it got the news. Audio's good. Okay, thank you for letting me know, man. I just wanted to make sure because I did click out of it and I was making sure all the audio's good. Appreciate it. I forgot it's a little delayed in the chat. So if I react a certain way, it's probably because the chat's delayed and the YouTube is delayed. So as far as Austin Johnson is another guy I would want as a nose tackle, man. He played for the Titans Giants. He's got Giants ties to Patrick Graham, which he did play that nose tackle position, was really good at it. 17 games played. It's loud. Is this better? Is this better? Is it too loud? Is this better? I'm trying to make sure because he said loud. So am I too loud? I don't want to make it too loud. But yeah, I'm gonna continue on this. It's good. Oh, okay. um, yeah, 1 year deal could be. But yeah, Austin Johnson here has 17 games played, 56.8% of the snaps, 72 tackles, 30 solo, 3.5. I'm listening through my phone speaker. Little sounds good to me. Sounds good. Sounds good. 3.5 sacks. His pros is run defender, size to make plays. He's got the wingspan, the size to like I said, to make plays. Well, you meant loud and clear. It's all good, man. Um, as far as technique goes, best at 0, which means lined up straight on the center, which means nose tackle, man. Nose tackle, nose tackle. We needed a nose tackle. Cons, pass rush. He's not the best of pass rushers, but he still gets to the quarterback at the end of the day. So it's not a big con. It's a little con I had with him at 3.5 sacks there. 6'4", 314 pounds, and his price range for me is anywhere from 3 to 5. Hopefully, a 1 year prove it deal, or maybe 2 to 3 years. I could do a 2 to 3 year deal. I could with this guy because what he's shown me so far at the age of 27 is that he's got it. He's decent, and he's not a big name, man. You don't necessarily need a big name free agency to turn your squad around. If you look at all these players from the Cincinnati Bengals, they're a perfect example of people that are not notable big names, and they end up doing it, right? I'll take him as a backup. Nose tackle, only need him for first down and short yardage. Yup. And that's what I like, man. If you look at his snaps, right, 56.8% right there. That's amazing. That means he's a rotational piece, anyways. So he said Parker Valet, whatever. um, yeah. So I think he's a great rotational piece. I think he would be great for us. Um, so yeah, I like what I'm hearing about this guy. Never heard of him. Yeah, Austin Johnson. Um, the more I seen Patrick Graham come in, and it gave me a better understanding of who we could bring in and who he got ties to and who he coached. He coached Austin Johnson, I believe. And Austin Johnson, I had to see some highlights from him in order to see because I didn't know too much about him. Yeah, and like I said, he's not a big name, but he made an impact. And it's crazy to me that people say we need big names. We need an Aaron Donald. We need this. We really don't. And what I love about what I keep saying, mentioning about our GM and assistant GM is that they know how to negotiate. They know how to negotiate. They don't go for big names. The Patriots never gone for big names, man, and they ended up big names. I mean, Tom Brady wasn't even a first round pick. He wasn't even a second, third. This guy wasn't even on people's top 5 quarterback list. And Tom Brady became Tom Brady, which I hate Tom Brady. We all hate Tom Brady. And I am not watching that 30 for 30 documentary. I am not. I'm not going to relive that shit. I mean, I never got to see it live, but I know about it and I researched it and I watched it on YouTube and stuff. And I am not going to relive that shit because that shit is a pain. It will only bring back horrible, horrible gut feelings, man. But something the Patriots do, as much as we don't want to look at their organization, we have part of their organization in our team now. So when you look at their resume, they didn't go for big names. They did not. And they got it done. They got it done. When you think about it, right? Austin Johnson is not a big name. And like Stormtrooper said, he didn't even hear about him. See? And that's why I love doing these, so I could, let the nation know, hey, these are some guys that we could look at. And, then you guys could, after the live, go research it on your own and go look at the highlights, what I'm talking about. And everything I'm talking about is going to be true. And you're going to be like, damn, this might be on my list now, That's all I want. I want to inform you guys with some guys that you guys may not have heard of. So you guys could be like, I would not be surprised when they get signed or something, right? So this guy I put on the list for 1, ties, nose tackle, and a great rotational piece. We could get him from the 3 to 5 range. Like I said, I would do a 2 year deal. In my opinion, I would do a 2 year, 2 year to 3 year. I still need to know Josh McDaniels' contract. Anybody know his contract? I still need to know his contract. I still need to know Ziegler's contract because if they're like 4 to 6 years, then I would bring players for like 2 to 3 years, right? We could do better. This guy has 7 sacks in 6 years, and we have Mahomes and Herbert. Yeah, pure depth. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing with Austin Johnson, right? If you guys remember, Solomon Thomas, right, was not a big name at all. Solomon Thomas was not a big name. Niner fans were saying he's trash, whatever. A lot of people were saying that he wasn't gonna get more than 1 sack. Um, and for me, it was the same thing for me. I did the same thing. I was like, he's not gonna make that much of an impact. He's not a big name, and I used to base it on that. I was like, big name, big name. But he did it. He ended up performing way more than our expectations, way more. So he's a perfect example of not a big name that could make an impact. And I think Austin Johnson could be that person for us. I truly do believe that Austin Johnson could be that person for us. And arguably, Austin Johnson, Quentin Jefferson, BJ Hill, and Jaren Reed are my top 3 guys right now, as of right now, while we're going down the list. And Ajanobi. Sheldon Richards is just a guy I put in for veteran presence, a guy that you can have in the locker room for a veteran minimum, which wouldn't cost you too much. So I would take him just for that reason. But Ajanobi, Jared Reed, BJ Hill, and Quentin Jefferson and Austin Johnson are on my list. But Austin Johnson and BJ Hill are both could play the nose tackle position. So those 2 guys I would love to bring in. We could rotate both of them on the nose tackle position. Whether we get a Jordan Davis or somebody else in the draft, regardless, they will learn from Austin Johnson. They will learn from BJ Hill because at the end of the day, at age 26 and 27, they're young as well with potential, but they're technically veterans because of what they did. So, yeah, shout out to the 22 people in chat. If you're just joining us, please stack up them like buttons. You already know how my slogan goes. Please like up the stream. Like I said, subscribe if you're new. I'm gonna start doing stuff like this where I get to present to you guys my presentation like it's school, but not really school because we have fun with it and we get to see what it's about, right? So like I said, at the end of the stream, I'm gonna close it out and hopefully you guys could let me know if you guys like the new format or would you guys like me to go back to go on spot track and all that stuff, right? So in my opinion, 3 to 5 range right here for him. Yeah, pass rusher, 314 pounds, 6'4". If like I said, if you're new and you're just joining us, every time I look to my left, I'm looking at the phone. I have the comment section on my phone because I can't go to StreamYard because then it's gonna close it. It's gonna close my presentation. So yeah. Next one on the list. Nadomik. Here's what everybody was wanting to know. Nadomican Sue. I hope I spelled that right. Did I spell that right? Nadomican. I think I spelled it right. I'm pretty sure I spelled it right. Anyways, Nadomican Sue here. We all know him. He's the veteran I want on a veteran minimum. He's the guy I want in the locker room. I want this guy. He doesn't necessarily need to play 60% of the snaps, but as long as he plays at least 40% and could be that veteran presence, I would love that, man. I would love that, right? So let's see. I'm trying to make sure that I got everything down. I'm on my phone because I'm watching your guys' chats. So if you see me looking down right now. Okay. So what up, Only One Nation, man? What's up? What's up? He has used us 2 times to get contracts. Now I'm good. He has had his chance with us. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I only put him on the list because he's a veteran and, he could be that presence in the locker room. Hopefully he could take a veteran minimum, but he's not on the top of my list. I already let y'all know what three people I would want most likely, which is, if you're just joining us, Austin Johnson's one that I really want. Quentin Jefferson re-signing, BJ Hill and Jaren Reed, and even Ajanobi. Those guys are the ones I want, but mostly Austin Johnson and BJ Hill are 2 guys I want Oh, sorry. I kind of showed you a glimpse of what's to come. What a Raider Gabe. What a Raider Gabe, man. Thank you for joining me, man. I'm going through free agents I would want. This is a new format I got. Hopefully you guys enjoy, man. Make sure stack them up, man. Stack them up. Stack up them likes, man. Let everybody know I am live so we can have more people in the chat so they could check out my content, man. I appreciate it. So, Ndamukong Suh's another one. 35 years old, played for the Bucks, Lions, Rams, and Dolphins. 17 games played, 63.6% of snaps, 27 tackles, 15 solo, and 6 sacks. So he still got tank left, a lot of things in his tank. Pass rusher, a decent run defender, and best at zero technique, which is the nose tackle position. Can also play the D tackle though if necessary. Cons, his age. At age 35, he's gonna enter 36, entering the next season, right? What up, Auntie Six? What up, man? But yeah, I think a con is his age. What can he do for us? And another con is what Mike Lee said. He had 2 times to get a contract with us and he denied both. Hopefully it was because he didn't like the regime we had before. Hopefully it's because of that, which we got to be understandable. It wasn't the best regime. It wasn't really a regime at all. We were kind of doing things wrong, and now it's a new one. So hopefully he looks at it, like I said, free agents are going to want to come better. So hopefully, but yeah, so he's 6'4", 313 pounds, a veteran minimum. I will bring him on. I wouldn't pay him too much. I would pay him a veteran minimum. I would only bring him for, the year veteran minimum. So hopefully, he's a great, we can have him in the locker room, help out the young guys. He's still got some left in the tank. It's just how much does he got next year? This was this season where he got 6 sacks, and a lot of pressures, right? But I want to know what he can do for the Raiders. That's my only concern with his age. Once he enters 36, will he still have the same numbers or similar numbers and perform at a high level like he does on a consistent basis, right? So, next on the list, yes, I put D-back, defensive backs. Oh my God, I messed up the price range. You guys can't see it, but I can read it for y'all. Woo! This is my favorite part right here, defensive backs. Because we need a lot of them, believe it or not. Trayvon Mullen is probably the most notable one, and Nate Hobbs. But besides that, Faison got to go. He's going to go anyways. Casey Hayward's probably on his way out. Who knows what we're going to do in the draft. And yeah, so if you guys see me squinting a lot, my eyes have been hurting. It's not necessarily because I'm tired. It's just been hurting a lot. So, I'm trying to keep my eyes open. Like it just stings. So bear with me when I squint my eyes like that. But yeah, so did you go over linebackers already? Nope, it's up next. I have, I believe, 3 linebackers, outside linebackers that we could utilize, right? I didn't put inside linebackers because I think Perriman stays because he is on contract. But what I seen, but I could do on the next live inside linebackers pass. But I mean the guys I put are great at pass coverage, so we'll get to that right now. But we're on D-backs. I just got One Nation. I just went over the defensive tackles / nose tackles, the D line. So if you can after the stream, man, go check out the beginning. But yeah, J.C. Jackson, defensive back, cornerback, 26 years old. We all have him as number 1 on our list. He's going to get paid, though. That's the one thing, which we'll get to that. 17 games played, 88.8% of the snaps, 58 tackles, 44 solo, 8 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble. This guy is great, man. He's a great player. And like I said, pros. Look at the pros. Everything. Everything, man. Like, what has he done bad? Like, he's everything. The Raiders have hired their special teams coordinator. Did they? Let me know, Nation. Did they? Let me double check on my phone. Let me see what a big play Slay. Let me check. Let me double check. Let me double check. Where did you see it, Slay? I think they're interested, bro. Tom McCann? Is that a notable source? I don't know. Tom Mc. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen anything that confirms it, but we will see. I did know that they had interest. But back to the free agency list here. J.C. Jackson. Um, games played 17, 88.8% snaps, 58 tackles, 44 solo, 8 interception, 1 forced fumble. Like I said, pros is everything. Everything. J.C. Jackson's everything you need in a corner, man. Ball hawk, amazing player. Um, the thing is with J.C. Jackson, right? People keep throwing him his way, not because he can't cover. It's because they think the receiver's open and JC Jackson takes over. Like, great player, man. And I will love him, but look at the cons. Look at what I put for the cons. Money. Money, money, money. That's the problem. How much does he want? I put my price range from 10 to 15 mil, which we could get him cheaper on like 8 mil, but I don't even think he'll take 8 mil. With the no taxes at most, he'll probably take 11 or 12, which is expensive. But if you're gonna negotiate real good with these other free agents that are cheaper and negotiate good, and you could afford one superstar talent, for me, it would be JC Jackson, in my opinion. How much cap room? I know we have top 10 cap room. Let me over cap salary cap. Let me double check it for you. The Raiders 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They're 14th right now, so top 15. Um, he's top 14, but I think the extra cap we get from maybe cutting someone or by that whole incident with those two players that I don't want to talk about, most likely they we will go up in cap space. I think this is just as of right now, but I think it's gonna go up either way. I think we'll be top 12, if not top 10, in salary cap, but for sure top 15. So we got, according to over the cap space 20 mil, which kind of doesn't look right because I thought we had 40 mil. So I have to double check that. Let me see according to Spot Track. Let's see Spot Track. Um, I don't know what side it is. One Nation. What up? Key is in the building. Shout out to Key in the building. Um, but only One Nation. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. If there is, let me know. If you find out, let me know, please, please. The Las Vegas Raiders see 21 mil here. It's gonna rise up. I know for a damn fact it's gonna rise up. So don't worry about that. Um, yes, Raiders need a wide receiver. Go bad Juju or Allen Robinson. Don't worry, man. Don't worry, y'all. On my next live, I don't know when my next live is gonna be for Raider content. Most likely, it would be. I'm gonna start doing 3 Raider lives a week. I think 3 Raider lives a week is good enough. I think one on Monday. I think one on Wednesday and one on Saturday. Are you guys cool with that? Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, or Monday or Monday, Tuesday, Saturday. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see with my schedule. But JC Jackson, yeah, you're right, man. He's big money, man. He is big money, Dominic, and that's why I put it as a con. It's how much are we willing to pay him? Or is he gonna look at Josh McDaniels and be like, hey, it looks like a good organization I could be put in? So who knows what his mindset is? He'll probably most likely resign with the Patriots, but who knows? But I think his price range is anywhere from 10 to 15 mil, maybe 9 mil. Moving on. This is that guy I talked about before. If you guys check out my other lives, man, make sure to check him out. I did talk about this guy. Defensive back, cornerback, 31 years old, Stefan Gilmore. We are familiar with him. He played for Buffalo, then went to New England, and then went to Carolina. He had 8 games played last year, which was one of his worst seasons. And he did get traded in mid-season. Who knows what happened there? 28.1% of the snaps, 16 tackles, 15 solo, and 2 interceptions and 1 forced fumble. He's great in both zone and man. He knows the scheme better. He's familiar with the scheme. He is, regardless of Patrick Graham not teaching him, but he is familiar with the scheme. He's a veteran. He's versatile. His cons is his motor. If you look at that 28.1% of the snaps, that motor kind of scares me, right? The only way I would bring him, is a 1 year prove it and a cheap deal. I'm not paying him. I'm not paying him money. I'm not paying him. I'm making sure that's a 1 year prove it, 1 year prove it, or a veteran minimum. That's the only way I would bring Stefan Gilmore is a 1 year prove it deal slash veteran minimum. Let's see the comments. I think Watts used it a couple times. Not pass on Gilmore. Yes, on a vet min. I'll sign him and CJ and Jackson. I mean, yeah, like I said, veteran minimum or 1 year prove it. That's the only way I'm bringing Stefan Gilmore. Only way. So yeah, so he played for Buffalo, then Carolina, then New England. Next, Bobby McCain. Bobby McCain from Washington. That's another guy I've talked about before. 17 games played, 93.1% of the snaps, 63 tackles, and 47 solo and 4 interceptions. Played for Miami, played for Washington. Bobby McCain, 27-year-old here. He has great leadership that I've heard of. Very versatile. Could play outside, inside, slot. I would rather have him as an outside corner. He, like I said, he's got great leadership, very versatile. His age is a pro because he has a lot of potential to grow. 27-year-old, he's entering his prime pretty much. And my only con is, can he compete for a starting role? That's the question. That's the question there. Can you compete for a starting role? That's the only thing, right? You got Trayvon Mullen, that's probably gonna have more success in the system, and then you got Casey, whoever is on number one, right? So can he compete for a starting role? That's my only question with him. He is on a smaller set, 5'11", 192 pounds. So I'm scared that he might get bullied by big body receivers. He's like a second, third string cornerback, in my opinion. His price range is anywhere from 5 to 8 mil, which paying a corner second and third string is 5 and 8 is not necessarily the best of things. But, you know, he's still a good player, man. He played for most of the games, so he's always available, and he's a guy that could step up, but it's just, can he compete for a starting role? That's the only question for me, for him, in order to get paid 5 to 8 million. I think many of these guys are going to end up starting in different schemes, in my opinion, which is crazy, but who knows? So Bobby McCain, yes, 93.1% of the snaps, 27-year-old, played for Washington, Miami. Miami played a lot of cover one, so they know that man-to-man thing right there. Sorry, I got a scam likely call. I hate those calls. Anybody else hate those calls? But yeah, price range 5 to 8 in my opinion. But yeah, moving on to PJ Williams. Oh, I didn't put the right picture. Oh my God. Well, PJ Williams, I don't know why freaking JC Jackson's there. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute, y'all. I can't believe I can't believe I messed up that slide. My bad, y'all. Bear with me, please. But PJ Williams is another guy that I've been looking at. He's played times in safety, so he's very versatile. He could play safety corner, which is crazy. It's really crazy. Give me 1 minute, y'all. Hey, y'all gonna see me do it live. Y'all gonna see me do it live. There we go. Give me 1 minute, y'all, while I fix this. Give me 1 minute. But yeah, let me get to some of the comments real quick. Bobby with Jackson will be fired. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Bobby McCain will not be a necessarily number one corner, but he could play that second or third row, right? Give me 1 second, y'all. While I fix this up, I'm trying to fix it real quick. There we go. Okay, back to what I was doing. Slideshow. Let me know if you guys could see it and hear me. Let me know if you could see it and hear me. I know the stream's a little delayed, so I'm gonna wait a little. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I didn't share my screen. There we go. 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 Great, great, great. Can you guys hear me? Oh, wow. I can't do this like this. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I did not know that. Perfect. PJ Williams here, defensive back slash cornerback, 28 years old. PJ Williams played for the Saints. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to my. That's really weird. That's really weird. That's really weird. That's really weird. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. I swear I changed it. Oh well. But PJ Williams here. He had 16 games played, 48.8% of the snaps, 42 tackles, 36 solo, 3 interceptions, 1 forced fumble. His pros, he's better outside. He has a motor, so he's always ready to go. He's very versatile. Some of his cons is might be a third option, in my opinion, depending on who we bring in. I think if we bring him the number one corner, it would most likely be that number one corner and then Trayvon Mullen, then the third guy. Or if PJ Williams or anybody else could beat out Trayvon Mullen, which is possible, then we could see Trayvon Mullen go to third, which is not bad. Having Trayvon Mullen as a third option is not that bad. So 6 foot, 196 pounds. His price range is anywhere from 2 to 6, in my opinion. Maybe that's a little too cheap. I think I will do anywhere from 4 to 8. I'll change that to 4 to 8 right there. Saints are in cap hell. Let's all agree on that, right? Saints are in cap hell, bro, and they're not bringing back their players. Which I got another player down the line, but his price range is 2 to 6, in my opinion. I would sign up to anywhere from 2 mil to 6 mil if it on a 2 to 3 year deal. Maybe a 3 year 20 million, 3 year 20 million would not be bad. 3 year 20 million. He still has got a lot of left in the tank. He's 28 years old, man. He's gonna enter 29, entering his next season. But yeah, so he might be the third option. That's the only thing. But he could beat out a Trayvon Mullen at second. He could. And people overshadow him because he's not a big name like Marshawn Lattimore. You had Marshawn Lattimore on one side, and then the other side, everybody would be like, who else is on the other side sometimes? PJ Williams was on that side, man. And, he's a great guy that doesn't really necessarily cost you like 20 million. He doesn't. He'll cost you under 10 million, even under 9 million. And, like I said, the Saints are not going to get him back because they're going to cap hell unless they sign him to a 1 year deal, which I really doubt because they have that much of a negative cap space. So yeah, moving on to the next one. Xavier Rhodes. We all know Xavier Rhodes, right? He is actually 31. So, sorry. Xavier Rhodes. Give me 1 minute. He's actually 31. I don't know why. Okay, guys, I'm gonna keep it 100. I had everything fixed. And earlier I closed out the thing. Maybe it didn't save it, or maybe something went wrong. But I could have swore that I had it set up right. I don't know what is going on. So Xavier Rhodes right here is a guy I would bring in on a very cheap deal. I think he's a great veteran to have as well. But yeah, so let me see. Xavier Rhodes, 13 games played, 59.1% of the snaps, 39 tackles, 32 solo, 1 interception, played in many systems. Which I mean by that is Minnesota and Indy. And why I say a lot of systems, because they had their good fair share of different systems in those teams, right? He's, like I said, he played in different systems. Press coverage, he's great at press coverage. I think his press coverage is one of his best assets. and best pros. So I think that we could get him, and he has the motor to do it. The motor. So yeah, so I think he's still got in the tank. I think a veteran, not a veteran minimum, but at least a 2 to 3 year deal, maybe a 2 year deal, a very cheap contract, anywhere from 3 to 6 mil. I'll do, because I mean he'll really benefit us. I mean, if you think about it, I know his stats aren't the best with one interception, but at the end of the day, great veteran presence, was a great player at press coverage, and we're gonna start running some press coverage out of a 3-4, some man-to-man type of stuff. And Xavier Rhodes is your guy. So 6'1", 210 pounds for him. 3 to 6 mil is my range for him. And yeah, I wanted this guy last year. I'll say prove it year deal. Yeah, prove it deal would be fine too. I think I would bring him on a prove it deal for sure. See what he got. So moving on to the next one. Anthony Everett, which we've seen that Scout put out, which shout out to Scout, man. Scout knows his stuff before any other person. So he did say that Anthony Everett was going to be looked at by the Raiders. So I had to put him on, because, we need to talk about the guy, right? We got to see what else about him. He's 26. He's out of Baltimore. 14 games played, 74.3% of the snaps, 54 tackles, 46 solo, and 3 interceptions. What I like about him in pros is next man up mentality, because the Baltimore Ravens went through a lot of injuries on defense, especially the corners in Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphreys. So Anthony Everett had to step it up a little. He had to step it up a little. So, oops, sorry. I don't know what happened. Sorry, y'all. Anyways, yeah, Anthony Everett is underrated, Jarator. And Dominic says, I like C. Ward from Kansas City. Yeah, that's another guy that I didn't get to put on, but he's another guy that I would keep a look at. I just didn't look at him too much. So yeah, Anthony Everett, next man up. I love that mentality where two of your main corners are out, so you have to step it up. That's amazing. Because I think if he comes to our system, he could have the chance to be the number 2, but he could be the number 3. And then if somebody, God forbid, gets injured, he has that next man up type of mentality, which would be great. Played hybrid, so he played in a hybrid system as well, so he knows the system. He knows the similar system to it, so it wouldn't be too bad to, get used to it. Can he continue? That's the thing. Can he continue his consistency? I think he can. He's 26, so he's still got a lot of motor to run. And his size, he's 5'11", 184 pounds, which he could get tossed around a lot. He's very skinny for a guy like that, man. But that's about it. That's my only cons. But he has a lot of good pros, man. Like I said right there, next man up mentality, hybrid, can cover, was really good with the Baltimore Ravens, even though they didn't do necessarily always good. Price range 4 to 8, in my opinion, anywhere 4 to 8 mil a year. If Josh McDaniels, like I said, this would be so much easier if I knew the contracts of the head coach and stuff and the defensive coordinator, but we don't. So I think we would bring him on a 2-year deal, maybe a 3-year deal, in my opinion. Anywhere from 4 to 8 mil, in my opinion, maybe 3 to 6, but I would bring him on a 3-year deal right there. Moving on. Give me 1 second. Moving on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yep. Okay, so Anthony Everett, like I said, he would be a great 3-year deal type of guy. Next, Kyle Fuller. Kyle Fuller is another one I've been looking at. He's got the Chicago ties. He's 29 years old. He didn't necessarily do the best of seasons. He's been a all-pro corner before. He's been a Pro Bowler a lot. But last year wasn't his deal because he got beat out by Patrick Surtain. Maybe he didn't like the system. I don't know what it was. But that wasn't Kyle Fuller in my that wasn't Kyle Fuller in my opinion because I think Kyle Fuller is so much better than what he played with Denver. He has 16 games played, 66.3% of snaps, 51 tackles, 40 solo. Um, pros, chances to revive his career. Like I said, we're known for reviving a lot of people's careers. So hopefully, if he does end up coming because of that Chicago ties, he could revive his career. Um, undercut. What I mean by undercut, he loves undercutting routes, and he's good at that. So that's a pro for me. Great at coverage, like I said. And cons potential. Does he got? He's 29. Had one of his worst seasons recently. What does he got for us, man? Can he have the potential to revive his career with us? That's the question there. He's 5'11", 194 pounds. Another smaller body corner. Anywhere to fetch 6 to 9. A little bit more expensive, but 6 to 9 is my deal. Maybe with no taxes we could get him on a cheaper route. Who knows? So yeah. Um. So yeah, great player. I would have loved him if he came from Vic Fangio type of stuff. Um, but yeah. So let's see. Let's move on. Let's move on. Um. Now we go on to some free safeties. I think we need free safeties. So, having two free safeties in the system is really good. I think that Marcus Williams is not going to go back. They franchise tagged him last season, which was very surprising because I wanted him last season, but it's just surprising that how do I say it? It's very surprising that he got franchise tag because of their salary cap hell. I would love to bring him in. 16 games played, 92.7% of snaps, so he played a lot of the snaps, 74 tackles, 52 solo, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble. Pros, everything. I love the guy, man. Great at tackling, great at coverage, knows how to read the defense, knows how to adjust to the system. And cons is how much? Question mark. What I mean by this is how much is he going to cost? Anywhere from 7 to 10 mil, in my opinion. Maybe a little bit more at 11, 12 mil, but I think it would be 7 to 10 mil range. He's 6'1", 195 pounds, and he could also play corner, but I think free safety is notable, and you do need two coverage free safeties in the backfield. So him and Trayvon Merrick will only learn more from Marcus Williams. And he's part of the Saints, of course. So, yeah, I don't gotta really say much about Marcus Williams. He's a great talent, great person. Somebody I would want to bring in. So let me see. Let me double check something. We have breaking news. Let me double check it. Let me double check it. Let me double check it. I think we got breaking news, y'all. Let me double check it. Yep, breaking news. Let me share my screen real quick. Now it's confirmed. Wow, wow. Who the hell is this? The Raiders have agreed to terms. Have agreed to terms with special teams coordinator Tom McMahon per sources. And it's actually true because I ended up seeing other reports as well. So what the hell is this? What the hell is this? This was probably our first bad signing. I know it's special teams, but I don't know about this, y'all. Let me know what you feel in the comments. Let me know what you feel in the comments. I don't know what happened to Judge. I told you. I told you, every time I put my eggs in one basket, it always goes a different route. This is what the Raiders do, regardless of who we get at GM. It's just a Mark Davis thing. We always go somewhere else. Like we think it's this way, and then it goes this way. Joe Judge was the perfect special teams coach for us, and we get Tom McMahon. I don't even know how to say his name. What the hell is this shit? What the hell is this shit? What the hell? I don't know how I feel about this, man. I'll talk about it in another person's live, but let me share my screen again. We're gonna keep talking about this free agency real quick. Share screen. This one. Share. So Marcus Williams on my list right here. I would love him, man, to come over here to the Raiders. He's gonna elevate that defense. Next, Marcus May. I've been high on Marcus May as well. Marcus May is another one. 6 games played. He didn't have his best season either. Games played 6, 30.5% of the snaps, 46 tackles, 30 solo. His pros, decent in coverage, blitzing ability. So he has the blitzing ability as a free safety. He could get to the quarterback. Yeah, that's what I love about him, man. And he's decent in coverage. His cons is potential. Is he going to come back stronger, or is he going to come back the same way? That's the question with it. He's 6 foot, 270 pounds. Price change is 6 to 10. I think 6 to 10, maybe 5 to 8, maybe. Maybe Judge came in and McDaniels was like, "You changed, LOL." Most likely. Most likely. Most likely. I agree with you. Most likely, man. There's no way you go to another route like that. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. But I had to check to something else. Oh, I could see. I could see why a lot of people are not in my live. I didn't know other people were gonna go live. They go live at random times. That's why I can't really plan to go live, because then I go live at the same time. I don't like going live when other people go live, because then I don't get to interact with the rest of the people, that support me. So, but thank you guys for staying here, man. Everybody that's here watching me, I greatly appreciate it. Fangio had some bad things to say about He's not a good coordinator, bro. What I've heard, I've seen Twitter blow up. He's not a good special teams coach. So this is probably the first bad signing. Who knows? I mean, they always do this. They always go one route and then turn the corner. But yeah, Marcus May is another guy that I want to do. So moving on here. Devin McCourty. Devin McCourty is another guy. Defensive back / free safety, 34 of age. Patriots. 17 games played, 95.8% of the snaps, 60 tackles, 42 solo, and 3 interceptions. This guy still has it as a 34-year-old. He's going to be 35 entering the next season. He's decent in coverage. He also has a blitzing ability. I put the same exact stuff from Marcus May, man. He could get blitzed, but I see him. Yeah. So, sorry, I had to check something. He's 5'10", 195 pounds, price range 7 to 12. The only reason why I put him on the list is that he has the Patriot ties. I think my calculations of 7 to 12 is wrong. I think it's cheaper than that, right? I think it's 4 to 6 maybe range. I don't know why I put 7 to 12. I think 4 to 6 would be most likely for Devin McCourty. He brings a veteran presence to the field. He's still got it in him, as you can see. So, moving on here. Jamie Collins. We go to the outside linebackers. Let's go. Outside linebackers. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Yup. Circus says it's to take into consideration when looking at it. Sorry. Jamie Collins. He didn't have the best of season. He didn't play that many downs. 12 games played, 28.2 snaps to percent of snaps, 30 tackles, 18 solo tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception. Pros, he still got it. He's a veteran. And cons is his age and motor. How much does he have left in the tank? 6'3", 255 pounds. I would bring him on a veteran minimum. Veteran minimum for me. Veteran minimum for me. Moving on. Anthony Barr. This is a guy that I've been vouching for and I want on the team. Anthony Barr is a linebacker slash outside linebacker, 29 years of age, 11 games played, 64.9% of the snaps, 72 tackles, 38 solo, 2.5 sacks, and 3 interceptions. Great at coverage, pass rush, and veteran. Still got anyone listening to 70 song. Are they both live? They are both live. Wow. I didn't think people were gonna go live at this time. That's why I set up my live at 1:30. And he's from UCLA. Yep. Um, I didn't think people were gonna go live at this time. I didn't think people were gonna live at 1:30. That's why I left it at 1:30 West Coast time. Damn. Maybe I should change up my schedule. I don't know, because I know people say it doesn't matter if you go over someone, but I mean, when I'm a smaller content creator, people would rather go to a bigger content creator, which, you know, let's be honest, I would too. um, who wants to listen to a 20-year-old kid? I'm just kidding. I'm just making jokes, but yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I maybe have to change up my schedule a little bit so I don't have to interfere with anybody else. But yes, Anthony Barr is the one guy that I want. They took down his stream. No way. There's no way they took down his stream. Did they? Oh, snap. They took down Stu's stream. Stream suspended by policy Damn. Because of copyright. Because of copyright. Exactly because of copyright. I like supporting smaller creators. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So Anthony Barr, yes, coverage, pass rush, veteran. Cons, motor. 6'3", 305 pounds. Price range 5 to 8. I will love. Yeah, he's been playing music all day. Yep, YouTube did their diligence. They did their diligence. But yeah, so 6'3", 305 pounds. Anthony Barr is somebody I really want. This is the main guy I want on outside linebacker. He could cover. He could intercept the ball. This is who I want. This is exactly who I want in Anthony Barr. Moving on. Last but not least, because what the hell? In one moment. Very White. One moment, y'all. I don't know why you didn't save, bro. That's annoying, but it's fine. Let me see. Yeah, so let me see. There we go. There we go. So yeah, so Xavier White here, 17 games played, 85% of the snaps, 144 tackles, 90 solo, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles. He's a guy I want to. Him and Anthony Barr are 2 guys that I'm going to be vouching for. His great in coverage, great in pass rushing, can tackle, and the only con is money. How much would he want? Does he want to get paid like a top outside linebacker? He probably will, because look at his numbers. Can we just admire his numbers? His numbers are pretty well. As much as it's the Chargers, they were pretty well. He's 6'2", 216 pounds. I would do anything from 6 to 10 range, around there, right? So I would do that in a heartbeat. But yeah. So, yeah, that's the final free agent I got, man. That's the final free agent I got right there. So, how did you guys like the new format, man? I'm kind of sad that I didn't get a lot more people in the live, so I could have more of a, like a overall to see if everybody loves it. But yeah, when Wasted got 345 people in his live. That's crazy. Respect to him, man. Shout out to him. If you haven't yet, go subscribe to him, man. He's the rookie of the year. He's the rookie of the year, man. But yeah, man. I think that's about it. I mean, I thought, you know, um, I would have had more, but it's fine. Like more players. I was supposed to have more players, but I want to split it up. I would rather. No, I know. I know, Tassi. I'm grinding. I'm grinding. No, what I'm saying is, I wished I had more players to show y'all. I didn't think it would be. I was gonna do a 2 hour live, but I didn't think it would go to an hour and 37 minutes only. So I wished I put more players on, but I will have more players the next live. I don't know when it's gonna be. It's gonna most likely be later on in the afternoon, not today, but like in the 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, please try to find that website for me, man. But yeah, you guys like the new format, so thank you, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I really do. Dennis Allen is the new Saints head coach. Yeah, I heard that right now. We got all season for more players. Yeah, my next live is most likely going to be the offensive side of the ball. And then I would go to the NFL prospects. So yeah, y'all. So I would like to say thank you for joining me. You already know, happy, safe, stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. I appreciate you guys. Please stack up them like buttons, stack them up, stack them up, stack them up. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Yeah, just head over there. I think Wasted's on. Yeah, Wasted is live. So go let them know that you got sent by me, even though I don't got that many people watching me. But go let them know I sent some of y'all. Um, yeah, I'm gonna be over there. I'm gonna be typing in the chat. Much appreciated to everyone, man. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys liked it, and if you guys did, please, please, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends about it. The grind is real. Stack them up. You already know my slogan. And yeah, much respect to everybody, man. Have a good day. Tell your loved ones you love them. Love you guys. Commitment to excellence. You already know what it is. Have a good day, y'all. I'll see you then. Peace out.